Hello, basketball fans, and thanks for tuning in to the Solano College Sports Network, where we are inside the Solano College Gymnasium, where we have a great basketball matchup tonight between the Marin Mariners and your Solano Falcons. I'm Stash Moody. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play, and I'm joined up here in the broadcast booth with my broadcast partner and my buddy, Mike McLeod. Mike, how you doing?
I'm always doing well, Stash, inside the Falcons' nest on this wonderful Wednesday night.
You know, we just saw the Lady Falcons clinch their 11th Bay Valley Conference title, and what an exciting game that was. So we're coming into the second game of our doubleheader, and what do you expect from this game tonight?
Well, it's going to be a little bit interesting. Coach Nagel tinkering with the lineups a little bit of the post-game interview curse. We had Jamari Moss come in, player of the game. Next game, he gets benched. Then we have Ryan Sondy. He gets player of the game. Then he gets benched. So Daniel Badger, Michael Tumaloso making his first start of the year. Teron Morrison, as always, The Rock, and Corey Duran and Tim Moore.
Tim Moore getting the start. You know, the three-point specialist for this Falcon team. Expect to see a lot of three-pointers from him tonight. Most of them made. But you know what? The key to this game, once again, like I say every game, is Teron Morrison needs to stay in the game and be a presence down low, because judging by the height of Marin, they definitely have the height advantage on Solano.
And I think that's why Corey Duran is starting, because he's a big boy. He's wearing my number.
The Durantula.
The Durantula. I coined that term last game. You weren't too keen on it, but then you found out that Kevin Durant has a different nickname, and you co-signed on it. But Coach Nagel tinkering with the lineups a little bit. It's fun to see. Going to be interesting to see the starting five. I don't think this five plays a lot with each other.
You know, that's going to be interesting to see, the chemistry on the court, but Solano's going to have a hard job shutting down Pierre Carter, who's averaging 14 points a game. This guy is just an animal at the guard position.
Yeah, I mean, 40% overall in field goal percentage. Not the best three-point shooter, only 25% on the year, but he takes almost 5.5 a game. But his percentages aren't there, but he's definitely the team's leading scorer. I think another person to watch, Alan Santos, doesn't get the ball very often, doesn't get a lot of touches, but 46% overall, 43% from deep.
And Solano wins the tip right into the hands of number 33, Tim Moore. Passes to Daniel Badger. Daniel trying to drive the lane. Stops, kicks it out to Michael Tomaloso. Mikey kicks it back out to Badger. Badger now with the ball, looking around, starts to drive the lane again, dumps it off to Duran. Duran can't find nothing working there. Drops it back to Mikey. Michael kicks it to Tim Moore. Tim Moore driving the lane. Strong move to the basket. Can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by number 8.
I think Mikey got a haircut.
You know, on my stat sheet here, there is no number 8 for Marin. Oh, I'm sorry, that's number 2, Miller Blake.
The 2 kind of looks like an 8.
And my eyes aren't all as cracked up to be then, I guess.
You're getting old.
Solano playing man defense here. Teron Morrison, good switch there, staying down low. Solano doing a good job of moving their feet and transitioning and talking to each other here in the early parts. Pull-up jumper, and it's good for number 12, Neil Chavez. You know, both these teams are ranked 5 and 6 in the Bay Valley Conference. Marin 6 and 6 in conference play, and Solano 6 and 7. So a victory tonight could possibly take Solano. Tim Moore strong to the hoop, left hand, no finish. Tim Moore starts out on a very icy shooting performance so far. Wide open for 3, can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Daniel Badger. And Badger just lets it go off his foot, but he regains possession there, and now he's dribbling it up court. Coming in hot. Spin move, nothing working there. He's going to get a foul called.
Number 2, Miller Blake.
Miller Blake. Hey, that's an easy name to remember.
Yeah. We don't get a lot of those tonight.
Right?
You think his name should be Blake Miller.
Kind of.
A little backwards there.
Tim Moore trying to inbound pass. Into Teron Morrison. Jumper. Disguise it there. Can't get to go. Daniel Badger with the rebound. Badger walking at it. Trying to get it there. Durantula can't get it to go. Michael Tomaloso to Tim Moore for 3. And he gets it to go from deep. And that's where Tim Moore needs to live, is beyond the arc.
The only reason why he was missing is too close to the basket.
Exactly. Miller Blake coming up the court now. Gets it to Neil Chavez. Neil to Pierre Carter. Back to Blake. Blake, trying to dish it in there. Nothing working. Solano playing good defense. Skip pass across the court. You hear the fans here inside the Falcons Nest start to get into the game here in the early parts. Pull up jumper. No, can't get the go. Tip, no good. Rebounded by Daniel Badger.
3 rebounds already tonight for Daniel Badger. Rebounds. They're like sunglasses, but.
Tim Moore looking around. Drives the lane again, and a foul is called, and that's 2 quick fouls from this Marin Mariners team with not even 3 minutes off the clock yet. I think that might be a strategy for Solano is drive the lane, get some quick fouls, and get into
Hey, you really negate size when you take it out of the game.
The last time these two teams met, it was a 1-point victory in favor of Solano.
I believe it was on a buzzer beater, actually.
It was. I got a chance to talk with Ryan Sondy during halftime of the women's game while we were shooting around out there. And for 3, Tim Moore, a little short.
Tim Moore has taken every shot from Solano today, or so far.
It'd be nice to see Tim Moore get hot early in this game. And
we saw that against the last game that we broadcasted here at CSN.
Oh, the Mendocino game.
Yeah, the Mendocino game. We thought it was the Los Medanos game.
Tim Moore with the rebound there, and Daniel Badger pushing up the tempo. Cuts, Euro step with the no finish there. Looked like he got banged around a bit, but the refs called no fouls. Good call by the refs, just let him play. Ball is tipped and caressed by Pierre Carter now.
See Marin's coach calling for 2. Play number 2, whatever that is.
High screen on Teron Morrison there.
A little double screen.
Trying to drive baseline. Nothing working there. Brandon with the shot. No good. Rebound. Puts it back up. Now it's number 42, Austin Mattos.
And when your help comes to help, you got to help the help.
Yes.
Looking to get it to Teron.
They would really like to see Teron get it going early. Tim Morris
You saw him sky one earlier.
Michael Tomoloso. Mikey, pull back, thought about it, nothing working there. Back to Durantula. Spin move, strong move, kicks it back out to Teron. Teron, jumper, gets it to go from the top of the key.
And that's where he can live. He doesn't need to live there, but originally his role was supposed to be a little bit of a stretch 4 with Caleb Bonds. They lost him early, and I don't know why I keep bringing that up. It happened before any games happened, but Nagel early in the year during the interviews talked about
deep 3 and nothing working there. It's way short. Rebounded by Daniel Badger. Badger's going to take it himself. No foul call there, and the bucket doesn't go. Miller Blake. I almost called him Blake Miller.
Yeah.
Miller Blake slowing down the tempo here. 5 minutes off the clock here in the first half. Inside the Falcons' nest. Oh, driving the lane. No foul call there. Rebound. No good. Rebounded by Teron Morrison. Austin Mattos couldn't put back up the second chance opportunity. Duran with the foul. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. So, Solano has won 3 of the last 4 games. They dropped the last game they played, but early in the season, you could see that they couldn't find the right chemistry to work on the court, but in the later half of the season, they're really turning it on, and we got a big substitution coming in for Solano. Number 2, Ryan Sondy. Number 3, Donovan Smith. Number 22, Jamari Moss, and number 35, Jacob Keys. Now, this is the lineup we're used to seeing.
And I guess when you have trouble scoring off of your bench, make your starting unit your bench unit, and all of a sudden you have great bench scoring.
Jacob Keys driving the lane. Dishes out to Teron Morrison for the open jumper, and he gets it to go from about 20 feet out. 7-4 lead for Solano. Biggest lead of the game. 3 points. Marin moving the ball very well on the perimeter. In the hands of Pierre Carter. Player to watch there, folks. Alan Santos dishes it to Neil Chavez. He goes in and is blocked by Teron Morrison, but he's going to get the foul called on him there. And that is the first foul for Solano, and that's something I like to see. Solano's been in foul trouble a lot early in the season, and they've really done a good job by not fouling early in games.
Yeah, but the one foul goes to Teron Morrison. So one of your keys to tonight's game, keep Teron Morrison on the floor. He picks up his first.
And I heard a big boo from a fan in the crowd, and it made Neil Chavez miss his first free throw.
Coming in from Marin, number 32, Troy Moses.
We'll
see if he parts the sea at all and drives to the lane.
And he misses them both. And Moses almost comes up with the rebound, but it's rebounded by Santos. Second chance opportunity here for Marin.
I have a feeling I'll be making a lot of biblical references.
There is a hold call on Teron Morrison. That's his second personal foul of the game, and broadcaster's jinx, I guess.
You just got to stop talking about it.
Yeah, I do. Checking back in, number 32, Corey Duran. Check out Coach Nagel tonight.
He's looking fly, swaggerific.
Coming in with some sneakers and a full suit.
Yeah, well, the sneakers, we'll talk about that in a minute when there's a timeout called. But looking fly tonight.
Pierre kicks it out. Back to Pierre. Pierre driving, left hand, puts up the jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Corey Duran.
That's
Strong
a big
rebound. Moss.
I cannot say the word rebound tonight.
Keys. Keys back to Moss. To Donovan Smith for a wide open three. Can't get it to go. Tipped. Sandy comes down with the rebound. Puts it up. Moses blocks it, but Moses is going to get called with the foul and send Sandy to the line to shoot two.
I got nothing for
you know
that
what?
one.
I see what Coach Nago did here. He allowed some of his bench players to get a start here tonight and let them come out and see what they can do. And
yeah, I mean, with Yuba and Merritt at the top of the Big Alley Conference, doesn't look like there's going to be another banner in the rafters. So why not tinker with the lineup, get some freshmen some playing time?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be your starters next season.
Exactly. See what he could build on for next season, but you never know. There's still 3 games left here, and sitting in third place is Contra Costa at 7-5, and Solano with the win tonight could really put the pressure on him.
And I believe last game of the year is against Contra Costa, so if there's a chance, they could move into third in the Bay Valley Conference. And I feel like that would be a win for this team, given the way they started the season.
Do you think they have a chance at playoffs, Mike?
I think that the Bay Valley Conference is one of the weaker conferences in California, and you really need to win the conference in order to get yourself a shot.
But we know Marin and Yuba are both going to advance into the postseason.
At least Yuba. Yuba's 18-4, undefeated in conference play. Alan Santos, and I mentioned to him before the broadcast, not always getting the touches, but definitely has the percentages to be an impact player.
Yes, he does. Good handles there by Ryan Sandy. Dishes at the Keys.
And they're really sagging off of Jacob Keys there.
Moss thought about it. He's driving. Kicks about got the Keys. Keys drives again. Down to Durantula. Durantula puts it in for 2.
I don't think you're ever going to call him Duran ever again.
I don't think I can. You got it stuck in my head now, Mike.
I didn't even mention it today. You were the one that brought it up.
I was thinking about it before the game.
I'm sure you were.
Strong move. Nothing working there. Can't get the tip back in. Moses gets the rebound, puts it back in. Troy Moses, he is a big man down low. And
he's not the only one.
Sandy, fade away. Can't get it to go. Sandy almost picked his pocket there. Solano rotating very well on their defense here. Merritt trying to drive, not Merritt. Marin trying to drive the lane.
Merritt's next game.
A tip by Sandy. Good help by Donovan Smith. Ryan Sandy all alone gets some. No foul there. He puts it up. And he felt the pressure, and there's no contact there.
And Jamari Moss didn't run with him.
No, he did not.
Kind of strolled up the court.
And we got our first break in the action here, the first time out, and we'll kick it down to our sideline reporter, Greg Poff. Greg, what do you have in store for us?
Well, thanks, guys. Doing a great job with tonight's game. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast here on the Solano College Sports Network. And if you see all the pink around the court, you probably have figured out that tonight is Coaches versus Cancer Night here in the Falcons' Nest. And Coaches versus Cancer Night leverages coaches to help raise awareness about cancer. Coaches from both programs here at Solano, men's and women's teams, are showing their support for the fight against cancer by wearing sneakers instead of their regular dress shoes. All proceeds from tonight's game will be donated to the American Cancer Society. Back to you guys.
Well, thanks, Greg, for that good report down there. We're here at Solano raising awareness for breast cancer, and that's the reason why we're commenting on Coach Nagel's tennis shoes over there.
And he wears it well. Always a fan of the white sneakers.
Oh, what an easy lane to go. Duran, one-handed rebound there.
Oh, big boy rebounds.
Now, touching on the breast cancer, and it's always good to raise awareness because so many women are impacted by it, and hopefully we'll find a cure for it soon. And I believe that your mom had breast cancer, Mike?
Yeah, my mom had breast cancer.
Stolen away by Donovan Smith, and I'm glad to hear that she's doing very well.
Yeah,
and she beat it.
She had a surgery to get it taken out, and since then it's been in remission, no returning of it. So good to know that she's alive and well, and really it kickstarted her health habits. She's going to the gym more. She's eating healthier. It really changed her life for the better.
And there's a foul called there. It's going to go on number 44, Tim Moore. But, that's always good news. I'm glad to hear that, Mike. There's so many so many women lose their lives because of breast cancer, and I'm glad to hear that your mom made it. And all those survivors out there, they deserve a lot of credit for what they have to go through. And just like I said, one day there will be a cure, and the world will be a better place. And
for any of you listening, advice from my mom, don't eat cheese. A lot of the estrogen-based breast cancers are, I don't know the word for it, but the fat from dairy really increases the chances of the cancer returning because there's a lot of estrogen in the dairy fat.
Keys stole it away. Pass from Smith to Donovan. Or to Durant, I should say, and they couldn't get the bucket to go. It's 11-8 with 9:42 left on the game clock here in the first half.
Low-scoring game.
Very low. It's a very defensive game.
Yeah.
Neither team can really get on a hot streak here, shooting the ball.
And we saw that with the women, too.
I can see why Solano won by a small margin of 1 point last time these two faced each other. Durant with another rebound.
His fourth on the night already.
Dishes it to Keys. Keys driving the lane, looking around, kicks it to Sandy for a wide open three, and he short arms it there. And I could see that in his release point. His elbow was a little low, couldn't get the trajectory he wanted to make the bucket.
And there are some that you just feel weren't the way you feel like you should have shot it.
Oh, and a foul is going to be called on Jacob Keys, and it will send Stan Kaya to the line to shoot shoot one to convert the three-point play. Brandon Davis checking in for your Falcons. And he converts the three-point play. And
number 42, Austin Matos, coming back in for Marin.
All right, tie ball game, 11-11 with 8:56 left on the game clock, and everything is tied up on the scoreboards from the score to the fouls. Very evenly matched teams here. Davis kicks it to Osterstock to Donovan Smith, cutting down the lane, puts it in for two.
A nice little give-and-go two-man game. Good heads-up awareness from Kyle Osterstock.
Yeah, he's not much known for his passing, but he's showing off there a little bit. Good rotation, good defense, but he gets the bucket to go anyways.
Good contestment from Corey Duran.
Keys coming down here now. Kicks it to Donovan Smith. Donovan a little shake and bake there. Gets it back to Keys. Keys driving the lane. Tries to put it up, and he gets it swatted away, but a foul is going to be called there. And he's going to be going to the line.
And I don't know exactly where that fall was, but the ref is on the floor. He sees it better than I do.
Exactly.
Must be because we're here in the Falcons' Nest. And that name, coined by you, the Falcons' Nest.
Yes, it was.
Solano Gymnasium, not really named after anybody. Not yet, anyway.
Exactly.
Eventually it will be. But the Falcons' Nest really has a nice ring to it. The Falcons, the bird,
even
nest.
though, it is the Solano Falcons, but our mascot is actually a tree, I found out.
Then why are we called the Falcons?
I have no idea.
If the Falcon isn't our mascot, then why is...
You know, I was told that a couple weeks ago.
I think that was the original. I think it's changed since then.
Solano working the ball. Jamari Moss driving the lane, throws it up there, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
That was a nice little crossover. Quick 1-2. Little Pistol Pete Maravich action.
You know, I saw Moss's eyes get really big right there. I think he wanted to slam that one home and get these fans here out of their seats.
And we've seen a couple of those.
And he couldn't get the shooter's bounce there. I spoke too soon. Mike, quit giving me that look.
I'm just not going to look at you.
That didn't help either, Mike.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to close my eyes. I just won't look at anything.
You know, Jamari Moss isn't the best free throw shooter, but he sure knows how to slam them home. 13-13. Mo Hernandez checked into the game. Glad to see Mo on the court now. And he's going to get called with the carry, and it's going to be a turnover in favor of Solano.
That really hurts because that continuation, he made the shot.
Mm-hmm. You know, and Marin right now in a little bit of foul trouble because Solano is now in the bonus. Smith to Teron Morrison for 3. Can't get it to drop.
Ooh, and he's made a couple of those.
You know, those are close right there. He's not missing by much.
He's missing short and long, which is good.
Straight up, and a foul is going to be called. And a charge is called on number 21, Pierre Carter. And that's his second person.
Yeah, Jamari Moss getting involved, getting in the lane, taking the charge. And Pierre Carter comes out. Neil Chavez comes back in.
Yeah, you know. And Pierre Carter, like we said, he's the highest scorer for this Marin team, part of their key points to their offense. And him in foul trouble early can't be too good for this Marin team.
No, and that they'll end up having a lot more responsibility on the shoulders of Neil Chavez. He's their second leading scorer. Bad
pass from Donovan Smith and gets it stolen away. Marin pressing up now. Stop. Nothing working there. Good defense by Solano. Making Marin reset their offense here. And check out the shoes on number 2.
I was just going to mention that.
Those are some bright shoes. And I guess when you wear bright shoes, you got to make plays, right?
You're not allowed to wear them if you don't make plays.
Brandon Davis trying to drive the lane. Kicks it back to Donovan Smith. Donovan driving, kicks it out to Mo Hernandez for 3. Mo can't get it to go. Had a good look, just barely missed. And put a good shot on it. Move down low, puts it up, and gets it to go from number 42, Austin Mattos. Now, that was a 4-point swing in favor of Marin. Let's see if Solano can come back and answer and start this 4-0 run. Jabari to Brandon. Brandon driving. Puts up the jumper. Can't get it to go, just a little long.
And we saw the strategy early was get to the bucket, and now they seem to be settling for some mid-range jumpers.
I mean, they are taking high percentage shots. These are shots they should take, but they need to capitalize on these shots and make a couple of them. Dishes it out for 3, and it's good from Neil Chavez.
And that's a pass you see a lot in the NBA, driving baseline, then kicking it to the corner. Everybody forgets about the guy in the corner.
You know, it was a 7-0 run for Marin. It was 13-13, the last minute and a half now, so Coach Nagel decides to call a timeout and regroup here and give his boys a pep talk and see if they can make some adjustments.
And for Solano, we've talked a couple of times over the course of the season. They really lack a guy who is willing to take charge and take responsibility for this team. And you see it a little bit from Solano tonight. Tim Moore took the first 4 or 5 shots, only made one of them. They were really hoping to get him involved early. But now I'm looking up and down the score sheet, and 4 points for Teron Morrison, 2 points for Ryan Sondy, 2 points for Brandon Davis. 3 points for Tim Moore, and it's spread out, and you like to see even scoring, but you also want somebody who will take the initiative.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, Jacob Keys does have 2 assists on the night, so he is driving and kicking, but.
And you know what I'm already going to say. Teron Morrison went out of the game earlier, 2 quick fouls, and that's when the momentum started to shift in favor of Marin.
Kyle Osterstock giving him some valuable minutes, though. Not really anything that will show up on the stat sheet, but.
You know, Solano's really not doing much wrong in this game right now. It's just they haven't got the ball to bounce their way with a couple shots that could have went in.
Their field goal percentage is what's killing them.
Exactly.
They're playing good defense. It's just.
Which we always know every Solano team will play a good defensive game. Hosea Barfield checked in the game now. Kicks out to Mo Hernandez. Mo thought about it. He's driving. Pull-up jumper for Mo. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Marin. Also checking in for Solano is Kevin Osterstock and Daniel Badger.
You are butchering Kyle Osterstock's name.
What did I say?
Kevin.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle.
He also called him Tim Moore earlier.
I get those two mixed up a lot. They look similar.
Because they're white.
And he puts it in the bucket, and it's now a
9-0 run.
Solano just needs to end this drought and just put some points on the board here, maybe drive it down. Hosea Barfield from a deep 3 gets it to go. Wow. Coming off the bench and making an impact. That stops the 9-0 run. Now it's a 9-3 run in favor of Marin. Marin moving the ball very well around the perimeter. Driving, baseline, kicks it back out to Santos, or Chavez. Miller, no good. Rebounded by Badger. Badger's been racking up the rebounds so far.
Fifth rebound.
Tries to throw a dime to Mo Hernandez, not good. And here comes a dunk, and he puts it away, and that was Stan Kaya.
That boy can get up.
Yes, he can. Not as high as we would see from Jamari Moss, of course.
No, but he had some hang time coming off of that rim.
It was momentum.
Speaking of momentum, Marin has all of it.
Yes. With a push, a foul is called.
1-1.
It's going to send Mo to the line, and you know what? That's where Solano was keeping himself in the game early, was just driving and getting fouls because they're shooting very well from the free throw line so far. And the foul goes to Alan Santos. That's the 8th foul for Marin in this first half. Mo makes the first. Going to allow him to shoot a second. Checking in for Solano is number 32, Corey Duran.
So I mentioned at the top of this broadcast that maybe they were trying to get some freshmen some playing time. I looked down. All their starters are sophomores.
And he makes them both. So Solano creeping back into this game slowly. Get a couple key defensive stops here. Put a couple more points on the board. And only down 6 with 3:40 left in the game. Pull-up jumper. He gets it to go, and Neil Chavez is starting to heat up. He really likes the right corner.
Yeah, that right side is friendly.
Jamari kicks it to Hosea. Hosea, swing pass to Badger. Badger stops back to Hosea. Hosea tries his luck again for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Duran. Duran gets it back to Mo. Mo calling out his play, calling for the screen. Stops it. Good feed to Moss. Can't get it to go. Moss thought about the dunk there and realized he didn't get enough hang time. And
He probably should have thrown that one down.
yeah, try to get a foul. Good rotation by Solano there. And Austin Mattos looked a little confused there. He's running around and spinning circles. Kind of looked like a figure skater in the Olympics right there. Speaking of that, did you check out that Russian team? The Russian figure skating by any chance?
I heard a little bit about it.
You know,
15-year-old?
No, not that one.
Oh, not that one? No.
The advanced, I forgot their names. You know, Russian names are already long enough, but
A lot of Ks, a lot of...
I'm not a figure skating guy, you know, but I caught the tail end of their routine, and, man, they were getting air on some skates, I'll tell you that. Mo. Yep, Mo took an extra step there. He's been called for the travel, and checking in for Solano is Jacob Keys, Michael Tomoloso, and Ryan Sandy.
And I didn't get a chance to mention it, but Brandon Kenelvort coming in for Marin.
Kenelvort?
Yeah.
Voldemort?
Voldemort, yeah.
I thought
He
he was
who
dead.
must not be named Brandon Kenelvort.
Oh, we're going to have fun with that one all night, aren't we, Mike?
Yeah, there's a couple names on this Marin squad worth talking about.
Solano, pull-up jumper, and it's good from Neil Chavez. Solano is going to need to come up with an answer to Neil Chavez because he is on fire right now, making 3 of his last shots. Key's going to call with the travel there. That's back-to-back travels for Solano, and these turnovers are becoming costly for them. Timeout called by Coach Nagel. It's going to be a full timeout. So gives us a little break in the action. Let's do some station identification. You're tuned in to the Solano College Sports Network, where we bring you all of Solano County sports, especially here at Solano Community College. And I'm Stosh Moida, and this is my broadcast partner, Mike McLeod. Mike, what does Solano need to do to get themselves back into this game?
They need to score. They need to put the ball in the bucket. They're just not. They're settling for jumpers. When they are getting to the bucket, they're getting to the line, but they're not converting their free throws. Only 4 free throws made on the night, and I guarantee you they've taken at least 8 or 9. So Jamari Moss missing both of his free throws.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's not the best free throw shooter as we
No, and you see him get hesitant on that dunk and decide to lay it up instead because maybe he doesn't want to get fouled.
Mm-hmm.
And then he doesn't make the shot because he's worried about not getting fouled.
You hear some footsteps.
A little bit of a Andres Biedrins syndrome.
Solano's going to have to come up with an answer to Neil Chavez because this guy is lightening up on the scoreboard right now. He made 3 out of 3 of his last 3 shots.
Say that again?
3 of 3 of his last 3 shots.
So he's made his last 3?
Exactly.
Okay. Said a lot of words to get there.
And Miller Blake with his shiny shoes. Stolen away by Ryan Sandy. Ryan stops, goes up, reverse, gets it to go. Cuts this lead back down to 8. Under 2 minutes now. And what do I always say about the Solano team, Mike?
They're a 2-minute drill team.
They tend to turn it up at the end of each half. But they got to shut down that guy right there. Oh, good cut. And there should be, I'll send Brandon Kellervort.
Yep.
He who should not be named to the line to shoot 2. That's the first personal for Ryan Sandy. If there was no foul called there, that could have been a travel.
Yeah, he didn't dribble the ball at all. Kind of got away with one.
And he makes his first. I didn't think that was going in for a second.
A little Dwight Howard. Just a little DeAndre Jordan there.
And he gets the shooter's bounce in, and it's pushes the lead up to 10. Oh. Keys gets the ball now, kicks it back to Ryan Sandy. Sandy walking it up the court. High screen set by Jamari Moss. Kicks out to Michael Tomoloso. He thought about it, nothing there. Kicks it back to Sandy. Sandy driving with the left hand. Cuts back right. And a foul is called. It's going to be on the floor, but it's going to send him to the line because they are in the bonus. It's going to be a 1-1. Marin is 1 foul away from putting Solano into the double bonus. And looking into the crowd now, I look down below. And he makes the first, allowed to shoot a second. And I see somebody on a tablet playing Flappy Bird.
Ooh, is it an iPad?
It is an iPad.
Oh, that could sell for a lot of money now.
Yes, it can. If an iPhone sold for $50,000 because they had Flappy Bird on it.
That's ridiculous.
And Sandy makes them both. And
that's why I'm glad I have an Android. I still have access to that game.
Yeah, so all iPhone users, the Flappy Bird app, one of the most contagious games you could play, and most addicting.
It's so simple, yet so complex.
My high score is 50, which I'm proud to say, because it's pretty hard to get there.
50, yeah. Actually, my high's 66.
Oh, you just have to one-up me every time, don't you, Mike?
I actually have to 16 up you.
And Brandon Kellervort gets a 3 to go. Pushes this lead up to 11. We are under a minute here. Let's see if Solano can cut this lead down to single digits. Sandy, pull-up jumper. Michael Tomoloso almost came up with that there, but Miller Blake came down with the rebound.
I'm not going to get over Miller Blake's name. I think that's the most difficult of any of the names we've had to call tonight. 6
seconds separate the shot clock from the game clock, so Miller Blake is going to wind it all the way down to make sure Solano doesn't have a lot of time to put a shot up. Driving now. He's going to go all the way by himself. Oh, and I'm not sure about that call. I thought Durant had all ball, but you know what? Like we say, the refs have a better view than us, and they've been calling a great game, so
eventually we need to get down there and be where the PA announcers, Brian Nelson.
Doing an excellent job again.
Teron Morrison coming back in for rebounding and offensive purposes.
High floater, can't get it to go. Donovan Smith, Teron Morrison, and Tim Moore check back in for the Falcons. 18 seconds left on the game clock. Second free throw is good. It is a 12-point ball game. Let's see if Solano can cut into this deficit and get a little momentum so they can head into the locker room with their heads held high.
Yeah, cut this lead to 10. Get single digits maybe.
Tim Moore driving the lane. Had an opening and it's fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
I thought he got pretty good amount of ball there.
But, the refs are calling it both ways.
Yeah.
As long as they're consistent, we're all happy. It looks like Osterstock's getting ready to check back into the game here. And he makes the first.
Stan Kaya coming in for Marin.
And Teron Morrison was in there for a total
offensive purposes.
Exactly. Well, he already has 2 fouls. So.
Yeah, you don't want him to commit his third in the next 4.8 seconds.
And he makes them both, cutting his lead to 10. 4 seconds. Miller Blake coming up hard. 2, 1 pull-up jumper at the buzzer, and he airballs it. Nowhere close to the rim, but that is the end of the first half. Marin up by 10 over the Falcons, 34-24. And what was your take from the first half, Mike?
A little bit more regression to the mean for this team. They're 10-14, and they're playing a little bit more like the 14 than the 10. And I mentioned during one of the timeouts, lack of a scoring threat, lack of a primary ball handler and scorer. Ryan Sondy playing a great game, couple of steals, 6 points. Tim Moore with 5 points, but his field goal percentage isn't that great. 7 Falcons have scored, but no one in double figures. So,
like you're saying, Solano really hasn't been playing the basketball we're used to seeing, and Marin kind of pushed him around a little bit. Marin especially has a higher field goal percentage than Solano. Solano makes a couple more buckets here and there. They're really close in this game, but they're only down by 10.
Yeah,
10 is a reasonable number to come back, and we've seen it from the Solano team. I mean, this team is very evenly matched. Let's see if Solano can go into the locker room, make some adjustments, come out strong, and it's going to be an exciting second half. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back to you after these messages.
Hello, I'm Catherine. I'm from Colombia.
My name is Rama. I'm from Syria.
My name is Sandy. I am from China.
My name is Pat. I'm from Peru. My name is Anna and I'm from Mexico.
Hi, my name is Huy Nguyen. I'm from Vietnam. I'm designed to come to Solano College because I want to improve my English.
At Solano Community College, the ESL program has students from around the world.
Students get instructions in speaking, writing, and reading grammar and vocabulary.
You can improve your English and get a better job or a promotion or transfer to a university.
In ESL Lab, students work with a teacher one-on-one and practice pronunciation, listening, conversation, and note-taking. You can improve your English and get a better job and a promotion or transfer to a university.
It is a great program. I feel more comfortable.
I'm able to speak English more.
Love my classmates is such a great experience for me.
I can move to take some classes with a native speaker here.
I don't need anybody to translate me.
Be part of our great program! Start your dream!
Change your life.
You'll never know what can get you until you try.
Join us!
And we are back inside the Falcons' nest where we have a doozy of a game going on right now between the Marin Mariners and your Solano Falcons. The Falcons are down by 10, 34-24. Mike, what adjustments did the Solano need to make coming into this half?
We mentioned it at halftime between broadcasts. They just need to make a couple more shots. They're not out of it. They're only down 10. Mm-hmm. It could be a lot worse considering how they played. Or it could be a lot better, actually. I mean, this could be a tie game. It could be a 20-point game. Solano had 51 points in the first half of that game against Mendocino. Only 24 tonight in the first half. They just need to put the ball in the bucket.
Yes, they do. A couple shots here, a couple of shots there just didn't go their way, but they're all over the rim right now. They're not missing. They're not taking bad shots. They just a couple here, a couple there fall. We got ourselves a closer game than we have, but 10 points is an unheard of coming back, and you see it all the time in all basketball.
And Marin, they're not scared.
No, they're not.
There's no reason for them to be afraid to take it to the hoop. And Teron Morrison is having 2 fouls is a big part of that.
And here we go in the start of the second half here on SCSN, your home for Solano Sports. Picking back, Miller Blake. Brandon dribbling with his left hand. Kicks it back to Neil Chavez, who was on fire in the first half. Let's see if he can continue it. Shot. Good for number 21, Pierre Carter.
Seems like every time Neil Chavez passes the ball, the shot goes in.
Yes. He's not just only a scorer, he is a facilitator.
Can he transfer to Solano?
Sandy trapped in the corner, and he's fouled. And that's going to be a quick foul for Marin. And they were in the double bonus in the first half.
That's true. But Solano didn't capitalize. A lot of those were on the floor fouls. And they couldn't convert their free throws and when they had the opportunity.
I think that's how you can really sum up this game so far.
Only 8 free throws made for Solano.
Missed opportunities is what's costing Solano the game so far. Sandy to Duran to Teron Morrison. Teron pull-up jumper from the top of the key, contested with 2 defenders on him, but he couldn't get it to go. He has a reach over everybody there.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to block him unless he's doing a finger roll.
Drive in. Dishes out to Miller Blake. To Chavez. Oh, good backdoor cut. Good defense. Oh, wow.
You all right?
Wow.
You good?
Nah, I'm all right. I'm not too happy about that call, but like I said, the refs have a better view than I do.
Yeah, he must have come down on his head.
I saw a lot of ball there.
But if you get the ball and then you follow through and hit him in the head, it's a foul.
And he makes the first. That is Brandon Kellenvort to Voldemort, or he who should not be named.
You're having fun with it, aren't you?
I am. I'm just looking for who on Solano is Harry Potter to take down Voldemort.
Whew. Good job.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that. I'll give you a little dap for that one.
Who's Hermione?
Ooh, it has to be Ryan Sandy.
He's not going to be too happy with you for that one. Teron for 3. And it's good.
And we've seen him make a couple of those this season.
Solano can get Teron going. They can easily get back.
They need to get somebody going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good defense by Solano with the trap here into the hands of Chavez. Chavez trying to get the ball, pass it to Pierre, to Blake. Blake driving with the right hand on Smith. Blake goes up with a strong move, and he's fouled.
Teron Morrison with that 3 becomes the second Falcon to have more than 1 field goal made.
Wow.
Tim Moore, 1 field goal, 2 free throws. Corey Duran, 1 field goal made. He makes the first. Teron Morrison with a... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He is still the only one. I put the 3 down for Donovan Smith incorrectly, so... Teron Morrison with 3 field goals made, 7 points. On track to be player of the game if they pull this one out.
Yep. Duran with the ball now. Duran kicks out to Smith for 3. And he gets it to go, and Solano's starting to heat up from the three-point line.
And just as I etch out the 3 that I gave to him, he makes one. I'm going to start giving everybody 3s. Let's see if they start making them.
You know, this is a big game for both these two teams, but there's another big game going on in the Bay Area right now. The Heat are in town at Oracle Arena taking on the Golden State Warriors.
Ooh, that's a good game.
And a foul on Teron Morrison.
And one.
And one for Neil Chavez. And the Warriors are down 40-48 with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Don't tell me that. I want that to be the other way around.
I'm sure Steph Curry will step up. Seems like the
Playing
Warriors.
without Andrew Bogut again for the 4th straight game.
And he converts the three-point play. Now Solano's answered twice with 2 threes back-to-back. Now they just need to step up a little bit on the defense, get a stop, and keep this scoring attack going. Teron up top, kicks it to Duran. Duran dishes the Badger. Badger to Smith. Smith for a deep 3, and he gets it to go! Wow!
In the gym range.
Wow!
Why not?
That's
pull up from 30.
Wow.
Shoot it from Vacaville.
He's got me speechless right now, and that's hard to do.
Yeah, you do talk a lot.
Hey, thank you.
That's not a compliment.
Marin trying to drive the lane, not to work in there. Pierre, pull-up jumper, and he can't get it to go, but it's rebounded by Badger, fighting around for it. He comes up with it, kicks it to Smith. Smith boots it off the leg of Brandon Kellevort. And it's going to be checking in for Solano is number 22, Jamari Moss. Badger. Inbounds Badger. Badger has the ball now. Kicks it to Sandy. Sandy cuts, driving with his right hand in. Spin, goes up strong to the rim, and he can't get it to go, and no foul called there.
You see Ryan Sandy going a lot to his left hand.
Tipped. And Jamari Moss going to hang on to it. It's going to stay. Marin ball.
But you like that.
I like it.
You like to see
Hustle.
that.
Hustle.
Starts at the defensive end.
Yes, it does.
You got to get stops. Doesn't matter how many points you score if you give up just as many.
Good defense. Swatted away by Jamari Moss.
My.
Duran coming down. And there's going to be a foul.
Who was that block?
I'm surprised that wasn't a goaltending call there because he did hit the backboard very hard.
Oh, who was that block? Was that Jamari Moss?
It was Jamari Moss, but Donovan Smith had a hand in there also.
Oh, my.
Donovan Smith had the hand there, and Jamari Moss said, nope, boom.
Jamari Moss, we saw in that game that he was player of the game, he had like 6 blocks.
Yeah. That was a game against Napa.
Yep.
Ooh, Durant.
Did I do that game with you?
I believe you did. Yes, you did.
Okay.
The overtime game.
That's right, because we were making fun of Brian for being short.
Brian Nelson over there doing the PA tonight, doing an excellent job. Everybody's doing an excellent job here in the SCSN crew, I have to say.
Even first-timer post-game interview, Denzel Carter.
Denzel Carter. Yes, he's doing an excellent job.
Big boss dog, as he affectionately calls me. He splits the free throws.
Sandy just staying straight up, but there's not much he can do there. He moves his feet.
You get him on the back hip, and you just can't get back.
Solano to Smith. Smith drops it down low to Badger. Badger puts it up, and it's good for 2.
That's his first points of the night.
You know, Solano's knocking down more shots than they were in the first half, and
they're getting to the rim.
Exactly.
They're not settling for jumpers except for threes. So Coach Nagel obviously saying, don't take any more mid-range jumpers. Just forget that the part between 10
Moses,
feet.
strong up to the rim, can't get to go. Sandy comes down with it, behind the back. Little shake and bake there. Throws it in the middle, and he gets it swatted away. Marin ball.
And you see Coach Nagel a little frustrated. Getting a little bit vocal.
In low to Moses. Moses puts it up, and it's good for 2. Troy Moses
splitting the D there.
Donovan Smith to Moss. To Donovan Smith again. Smith driving the lane. Floater. Can't get it to go. A little short there, but he contests for defense. And Pierre Carter. Chavez. Kicks it to Stan. Stan low to Moses. And
They need to bring somebody back in to
timeout Marin. And you know what? Without Teron Morrison in, Marin is taking advantage.
Troy Moses. They need to get a body on Troy Moses because Jamari Moss, for as big as he is and athletic as he is, he cannot stop Troy Moses.
Yes, and Teron Morrison, he has 3 fouls, so he's in a little bit of foul trouble. And
get Kyle Osterstock involved.
Yeah, he's a good defensive player.
He's a big body.
But, I mean, what can we talk about this Marin team? They're playing an excellent game of basketball. They're not letting up and keep
up by 14 now.
You know, I think they want a little payback from that late second victory that Solano.
They already have almost as many as they did in that game against Solano that they lost 58-57, 50 already with 14-27.
There's a lot of time left on the clock, and what Solano's going to need to do is shut down Pierre Carter, Neil Chavez, and Troy Moses. You shut down those 3 players. And
Pierre Carter, a little bit quiet tonight. We haven't called his name a lot. Neil Chavez, obviously, he's having an outstanding game. Troy Moses, all their bigs are having good games. Austin Matos getting involved.
Well, let's see if the timeout will help the Falcons here and try to cut into this lead with a lot of time left on the clock. Sandy. And count the bucket. He's going to get a chance for a 3-point play.
And you see, Solano immediately goes big. Teron Morrison and Kyle Osterstock come in.
Keep those
and
two.
Tim Moore.
And Tim Moore. And Hosea Barfield also in.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's not knocking on Hosea, but I'm talking about size. And, oh, yeah, and Hosea Barfield. I think you kind of missed the point on that one.
And he converts the 3-point play. 11-point ball game. Timeout called again by Coach Nagel. So 14-14 left in the second half here. Solano down by 11 points. You are tuned in to the Solano College Sports Network, where we bring you all of Solano College sporting events.
And talked to Ryan Sandy after the game against Mendocino, player of the game, and he mentioned that he wasn't as aggressive as he needed to be early in the season. And since then, he has become more aggressive, gotten to the basket a little bit more. He's capable of doing that, and now he has 9 points in the game, leading scorer for Solano. And looks like he's looking to take charge of this game.
Yes, he is. You know, so far he's been doing that. He's always a bright spot on the court.
And didn't get a lot of fouls to go his way early in the game, but he stuck to his game plan.
Yes, he did.
One of the bright spots on this team for free throw shooting.
Yes. Marin working the ball very well around the perimeter, as they've been doing all game. Oh, backdoor cut, and it's good for Stan Kaya. Yeah, you know what? I like his name, Stan Kaya.
I had a friend named Kaya, childhood friend.
See, the funny thing is, my name in Polish, Stash, actually means Stanley in American. So
I'm going to start calling you Stanley.
That's my father's name. My birth certificate says Stash Peter Zamoyda.
Peter?
Peter.
Huh.
Hosea just loses the handle there to Osterstock. Teron Morrison down low to Hosea. Hosea goes up and gets the bucket to go in for 2. Didn't think he could quite get that to go with a little on a big there, but he made a man move up to the hoop.
He was hoping to draw.
Oh, Sandy comes away and picks the pocket. Spin move with the left-handed finish. Beautiful by Ryan Sandy.
Oh, my.
Cuts the lead to 9, Mike.
Oh, wow. And you start to feel it a little bit. The crowd's getting into it a little bit. The band's having fun.
It's always fun when you got a band here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all it is like a snare drum and a kick drum and like a trumpet.
And a trombone.
And a trombone.
Backdoor cut. Good block by Teron Morrison. Kicks it up to Hosea Barfield. And he's cutting. Kicks it to Sandy. Sandy thought about it. Didn't get it. Tim Moore wide open for 3, and it's good. Uh-oh, the lead is down to 6. You can feel the intensity in this building. Solano is making a comeback down by 6 points with 12:18 to go, Michael.
And a lot of see the wisdom and wherewithal of Ryan Sondy. A lot of players early in their career would look to take that shot when they get it on the fast break. He slowed it down, looked for the trailer. Just because you slow it down doesn't mean the fast break's over. It just means you're looking for more options. Finds Tim Moore, wide open three, transition threes. That's where I like to live. Playing 2K with the Warriors,
Steph
only
Curry, Klay
transition
Thompson.
threes. I can't get to fall with Klay Thompson. I don't know what it is. He's weird.
He's money, bro. He's money.
I'm just bad.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know,
Always a fun time here at SCSN.
never a dull moment, I will say that.
Well, there's a couple dull moments, I'll be honest.
But not in this game. There is no dull moments.
The lead cut to 6, 3 fouls apiece, and you look at the standings and you look at the stat sheet, and this game shouldn't be a blowout.
No, this game is, these two teams on paper are very evenly matched. The records show it. Marin has 2 more victories overall, but they have the same amount of victories of 6 in the Bay Valley Conference. Now let's see if they can get another defensive stop here. Oh, good switch. Wide open for 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by Sandy. He's fighting for it, and it's going to stay Solano ball. Great hustle play by Ryan Sandy, fighting with Troy Moses. Big boy Moses for that ball.
Ryan Sandy's not afraid, and he's not a small guy. We were shooting around at halftime during the women's game with him, and I was like, oh, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him eye to eye.
I'm looking up at him.
Well, you look up to a lot of people.
Hey.
Mostly
Teron
me.
Morrison for 3. Can't get it to go. In the hands of Moore for good for 2. Tim Moore. Couldn't get his name out there. 48.
Nice little reverse layup with the English.
I think that was a pass from Teron Morrison, not a shot.
Oh, yep, obviously.
48-52, 11:25 left in the game, folks. And a foul is going to be called on Teron Morrison. It's going to be his 4th personal foul, and that's a huge blow to Solano.
And I was about to say Coach Nagel leaving him in, but
And he didn't get the substitution in time, and
hopefully he doesn't foul out in this next possession.
He's got to play smart. Pull up jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Teron Morrison. Kicks it to Hosea Barfield. That's 3 consecutive stops for Solano. Sandy.
And a 14-2 run.
Sandy strong to the hoop, and the ball is stuck. And the foul is called. He's going to shoot 2. Luckily, there's a foul call there. Otherwise, it would have been Marin ball.
You don't see that often on a layup.
No, you don't. That was a strong layup. I think he was just falling, just threw it up there and got stuck.
Throw it at the rim, see what happens.
And Sandy gets the shooter's balance. He's on his home court. And checking in for Teron Morrison is Corey Duran. Now let's see if Duran can keep the intensity that Teron Morrison was bringing to the game.
2 points, 5 rebounds for Corey Duran.
Austin Matos checked in for Marin, checking in for Troy Moses. And Sandy misses the second, his first missed free throw of the game. It's 49-52, a 3-point ball game, Mike.
Ooh, my.
Oh. Wide. Oh, he didn't take the shot there. Good trap defense by Solano right here. Got him on the baseline. And a timeout is called by Marin. Great defense by Solano by trapping him on the baseline. Nothing to do. And it forces the Marin's coach to call a timeout. Mike, this is a very exciting game. You know, it's like I said, first half, a little dry. And Solano's come out this second half and playing their style of basketball. And that's what I like to see. They got their shooters going. And
here's a stat for you. 24 points in the first half. 25 already in the second half.
Not even 10 minutes off the clock.
No.
Somebody lit the fire under their behinds because they are coming out hot.
Update on the Warriors game, 57-46 at halftime, Miami lead. And isn't your buddy at the game tonight?
Yes, he is. He's sitting 2 rows up, and I got a text message from a couple other buddies saying they saw him on TV. Hopefully he got his LeBron autograph. I asked him to get me one so I can burn it.
Oh, wow.
If it touches my skin, it would burn. You know, Marin scoreless here in the past couple minutes, and Solano's defense doing a very good job of holding them here. And floater, can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Corey Duran. Duran's looking around, gets it to Tim Moore. Tim Moore looking around, back to Duran, over to Sandy. Sandy drives, cuts back, pull-up jumper, and it's good from Ryan Sandy.
A little step-back jumper, and I think he's officially hot.
Yes, he is. You know, he is smoldering because he is on fire. All right, 1-point ball game with 10 minutes to go, and there's going to be a foul called, and it looks like it's going to go on number 33, Tim Moore. And that's his first personal foul, 5th team foul. And it brings Pierre Carter to the line to shoot two, and he is a 68% free throw shooter.
And Pierre Carter, not the best splits by any means. 40% field goal shooting, 25% three-point shooting. As you mentioned, 68% from the line.
You know, he averages 14 points a game, and probably a lot of his points come from the free throw line.
Yeah. Takes almost 13 field goals attempts a game. So obviously he has the green light.
And he makes them both, pushing his lead back up to 3 points. You know, you can live with 3 points. They were behind 14 at one point in this game, and Solano has roared back here in the second half. Some quick, Brandon Davis thought about it. Kicks it back to Tim Moore. Tim to Osterstock. Osterstock drives. He puts up the layup. Can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Stan Kaya. Let's see if Solano can come up with a stop here. Oh, baseline. Kicks it out wide open for Pierre. Can't get it to drop. And second chance opportunity. Can't get it to go either. Tipped around. Blocked. Swatted. Who knows what's going on down there right now? Oh, blocked by Tim Moore. And he's fighting for it. And it's going to be a jump ball, but it's going to stay Marin ball because the arrow is in their favor.
Oh, my.
But what a play by Tim Moore.
Look, did you see that block? I know you called it. Did you see it?
I saw it. I caught it all right here, up here in the broadcast booth.
And you caught it here on SCSN.
I like that plug there.
Your home for Solano Sports.
Inside the Falcons' nest.
Yeah, on this lovely Wednesday
Hump
evening.
day.
I hate you.
Oh, what a dime to Stan Kaya. But no dunk. So
we saw him elevate in the first half. I don't know why he didn't throw that one down.
I don't think he was expecting that beautiful of a pass. Hosea, and a foul is going to be called on Carl Rhodes. First time I've called his name all night, and it's in a negative way, unfortunately. That's a second personal. Checking back in for Solano is number 2, Ryan Sandy, and number 35, Jacob Keys. Brandon Davis over to Moss. Moss back to Davis. Davis to Keys. With the left hand over to Sandy. Sandy cruising up on top of the point here. Trying to get through. Nothing there. Good defense. Sandy spinning back around. Gets it back to Keys. 20 left on the shot clock. Keys dribbling here. Looking for something to happen. Dishes out to Brandon Davis. Wide open for the 3. And he can't get it to go. Tipped. And it's going to be Solano ball. What a great hustle play by Jamari Moss.
If only to trip Austin Matos and make sure that the ball went out of bounds.
And Coach Nago yells out 5, play number 5. Gets it into Duran, to Keys. To Moss. Moss driving, strong move to the rim, and he can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, and there's a foul called. It's going to be an over-the-back reach on 42, Austin Matos. And that puts Solano into the bonus.
Oh, it's going to be a long 8-19, Stosh.
Yes, it is. And you know, Jamari Moss isn't the best free throw shooter as we've seen tonight.
Made a couple clutch free throws in that game against Napa.
Can't get it to go, but it's rebounded by Duran. Oh, he gets it ripped out of his hands by Austin Matos.
Jabari Moss still scoreless.
That's surprising.
0 for 3 from the free throw line. No field goals made.
And a foul is going to be called.
I believe on Ryan Sondy. Oh,
On Duran.
Corey Duran. Correction.
That's a second personal. Throws it out deep. Marin trying to work something here to increase their lead. Solano playing some good defense here, rotating very well off the screens. Trying to drive the lane, he puts it up, it is good from Carl Rhodes.
And you see what happens when you take out the size.
They drive the lane and they attack the basket because they know they don't have a big man in and they can drive. Sandy, and a foul is called. It's going to send him to the line to shoot a 1-on-1. You know, Solano can live at the charity stripe for the rest of this game now. 2 more fouls will be in the double bonus, and still a lot of ball game left to play here, Mike.
Still 7:31 left on the clock, but when Kyle Osterstock and Teron Morrison sit, now the lead was at 1 point. Now it's up to 6, with a possibility of it going to 5, pending this free throw here.
And he makes them both. Clutch free throws from Ryan Sandy. Cutting this lead back down to 5, like my partner Mike was just talking about.
Thanks, Dosh.
You're welcome. But Santos just throws the ball away. It's going to be Solano ball.
I've had a couple of those in my day. Thought a guy was going to cut, but he was just doing a fake.
When you fake out your own teammate, you did the wrong job.
You jibbed when you should have jabbed.
Keys coming up the court now. Keys is looking around. He says, I'm going to kick it out here to Davis. Davis driving. Fakes, put up the jumper. Gets it to go with the finger roll. 3-point ball game. 5-point swing for Solano. And this game has been all about momentum on both sides. The scoring have come in bunches for both teams. Oh, a little cut move by Pierre. Oh, it is blow! Jamari Moss made an excellent defensive play, but he gets called with the foul, even though he stuffed the ball back into the bucket, to the backboard.
There was a foul on that play?
That's what I'm saying.
Good job to our cameraman Casper over there getting that shot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Malcolm isn't over there anymore.
Yeah, Malcolm took the rest of the night off.
Getting ready for that big speech and debate tournament this weekend. We wish the Speaking Falcons the best of luck and bring home some gold medals for us, or whatever they give them in speech and debate.
Sweepstakes, I think. I don't know.
Gift cards?
I wish. Applebee's?
Nah, Chevy's, man. No, B-dubs.
There you go.
All right, 4-point ball game. Keys to Sandy. Sandy back to Keys. They're playing who wants the ball? Hot potato. Davis to Sandy. Sandy thought about it. A little bit of a wheel route there. Sandy wide open for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Moss. Moss puts it back up. Not good. And Marin gets away with one there. Big time. All right, Mike. We're closing in on 6 minutes here. Game starting to get real exciting here as the later part of this game continues. It looked like Miller Blake was trying to draw a foul there, kind of selling it a little bit, but the ref's saying, I'm having none of that. There's no flopping allowed in this game.
Some of the more experienced ref on this crew.
Oh, blocked away by Corey Duran, and a shot clock violation. Great defense by Corey Duran by switching into the bottom part of the paint, knocking it right out of his hands, and checking back in for Solano is Teron Morrison.
Yeah, at some point, you got to roll the dice and hope he doesn't pick up his 5th foul, because you might as well have him foul out if you're not going to use him the rest of the game.
Exactly. And if he plays smart, he can stay in the game. There's only 5:41 left on the game clock. Kicks it to Davis. Davis to Sandy. Sandy to Duran. Duran to Morrison. Morrison thought about it. Kicks it back to Davis. Rotating very well. Sandy in the corner. Looking around. Kicks it to Keys. Keys looking around. Sandy wide open for three. Can't get it to go. Just a little off on that shot. A little flat.
His release looks a little weird to me.
Yeah, he wasn't quite. That wasn't the shot he would like. Oh, Brandon Davis almost picks his pocket. Oh, what a beautiful move from Carl Rhodes for a little up and under 2-point
Did you
layup.
almost say Carl Rove?
Yes, I did. Didn't mean to. Oh, good pass to Keys. Out to Teron Morrison for three. And he is feeling it from deep.
Second three of the game. Now with 10 points on the night. 61-58.
You know, I've been saying this all season long. Teron Morrison is the biggest impactful player of this Solano offense and defense.
Yeah, I mean, you can make your case for Jamari Moss and Ryan Sandy, but Teron Morrison is going to be the one that takes this team.
He brings that down low presence that every team needs. You know, he can play defense and he can shoot low, he can shoot high, and look, he's hitting threes tonight.
Yeah.
Guy is on fire.
And hopefully Kyle Osterstock is taking some notes because he's going to be inheriting that 5 spot next season. Really the only big returning. You got Brandon Davis, Hosea Barfield, Donovan Smith as your freshmen. A lot of experience on this team, but for the most part, you only got 4 people returning. There's going to be a lot of freshmen next year.
Can't fill a full squad, so Coach Nagel, always good at recruiting. I'm sure he'll bring in some.
Possibility that our old friend Josh will be on the team next year.
Really?
Yeah. He said he tried to try out for the team last year, showed up first day of class, and the team was already full. So you got to put in work in the offseason.
Yes, you do. All right, Mike. 4:53 left in this game. 3-point ball game. What's your prediction?
Oh, don't tell me to give any predictions. That's not a good look.
Oh, driving the bucket. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Marin. He almost throws it away there. Solano playing some good defense now. You have to tighten up here in the later half of this game. Marin working the ball very well. Trying to go baseline. Slips up. Not working there. Stop, jump. Nothing working. Kicks it back out to Blake for three. Wide open. Way overshoots that one. And it's going to be Solano ball. Solano ball. There we go.
I think the refs didn't know who it was, so it went with the possession arrow.
Yes, it did. And it looked like it might have tipped off a Falcon.
I think it might have been a double touch. I think Ryan Sandy got a piece of it.
Sandy fake pass. Gets it to Smith. Smith to Morrison. Back to Smith. Wide open for three. Oh, can't get it to go. He had a really good look at that one, Mike.
And you see how Teron Morrison draws so much attention that Donovan Smith got wide open.
Yes, he did.
2 feet from him.
Now let's see. Solano needs a big stop here. Just keep trying to get fancy there with the behind the back pass.
The behind the back.
The behind the back pass.
The behind the hop.
And inbound goes to Donovan Smith. It looked like Alan Santos is playing tight defense on Ryan Sandy since he has been on fire this second half. Teron Morrison thought about it. Kicks to Moore. To Smith. Smith dribbles behind the back. Oh, fancy move from Donovan Smith to put it in the bucket and make these Falcons only down by 1 point. What a great move. Donovan Smith, I can say, is a very clutch player. In that Napa game, he showed it. They were down by 3, under a minute to go, and he drained a 3.
And he was really the one who really.
Ooh, Carl Rhodes for 3.
I don't even want to say the rest of my
Carl
sentence.
Rhodes coming in strong just late in the second
They've
half.
knocked down some threes this Marin team.
Tim Moore for 3. And it's good from Tim Moore to answer back.
You can trade threes with this
Yes,
team.
you can. Right now, these two teams are looking like a heavyweight fight, exchanging blows. You punch me, I punch you. That's how exactly what's going on.
I understand the reference.
Marin's very bunched on the right side here. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He goes up, and he can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Tim Moore. Sandy coming up the court strong. Stops and lets his offense set up here. Tim Moore driving baseline, and there's going to be a foul call. It's going to send Tim Moore to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 and possibly tie this game with 2:01 left on the clock.
And if I heard that correctly, Pierre Carter's 4th team foul.
Yeah, and that's not a sign that it's not a good thing for Marin, as in Pierre Carter is one of their star players, averaging 14 points a game. You know what the scary thing is about this Marin team? And we have a tie ball game. They're going to have 10 returning freshmen next year.
Oh, yeah. And
all their starters are freshmen.
Mm-hmm. And this season didn't go up.
And Solano has the first lead of the game since the early parts of the first half. They have come back from a 14-point deficit with 2 minutes left to play. Let's see how this one turns out.
And what do we say about this team?
2-minute offense. Oh, stole it away. Oh. And it's going to be Solano ball. Great defense by Corey Duran to tip the pass. And Solano can increase their lead here. What an effort from this Solano Falcon team.
And you see Alan Santos shadowing Ryan Sandy. They want to make sure that somebody other than number 2 in white wins this ball game.
Donovan Smith now thought about it. Oh, trying to get to Sandy, and the pass is tipped right into the hands of Pierre Carter.
I told you, Alan Santos.
And Coach Nagel is fuming on the sidelines. He's not too happy with that play there.
Did we see a possible buzzer beater the other way?
Hey. Timeout called by Marin. Mike.
Yes.
1:13 left on the game clock. Both teams are in the bonus. Marin's one foul away from being the double bonus. 65-64. No fouls to give on either side. How do you play out this game?
Well, you obviously don't need any threes. You got to make shots. It's what I've been saying all game. You got to put the ball in the bucket. And it'd be nice to pitch a shutout and not have to worry about your lead disintegrating. I mean, disintegrating other than the 1 point that it is. But for both teams, they got to knock down shots.
Yes.
They got to find whoever is going to be – somebody has to win this game for each team. It's not going to be a team effort at this point, I don't think.
No, it's not.
It's been a team effort this whole game, but one person is going to have to step up in this last 73 seconds.
It comes down like exactly who's hungrier.
Yeah.
Who's hungry?
I'm hungrier, actually.
I
I've
know
eaten
you
all
are.
day.
You know, I love having the band here, man. I'm gigging up here in the booth.
A little bit.
Now, if they play some Mac Dre, I'd really be gigging.
Oh, God. Mac Dre, at least Poff knows who Mac Dre is.
It's Poff's favorite rapper.
Rap group.
Rapper. I was going to say R&B, but he's definitely R&B. He's a Yay Area guy.
Yay Area. Oh, brings me back to 2008. And also the late 90s.
And it's kicked off the foot of Pierre Carter. Turnover in favor of Solano. Checking in for Solano is number 33, Tim Moore.
And so you see a lot of defensive for offensive substitutions and vice versa.
Yes, you have. Under a minute to go here, Mike. What is going to happen? Who knows?
You're excited,
I'm
Stassi
very
boy.
excited up here. Teron Morrison kicks it to Duran. Duran looking around. Bounce pass to Sandy. Not the best pass there. To Smith. Smith driving, cuts left. Kicks it back to Tim Moore. Tim Moore to Duran. Duran to Smith. Smith thought about it. Decided not to shoot. 9 seconds. Smith pulls back. 5. Puts up a shot and is way short, and it's going to be Marin ball, and there is 22 seconds left on the clock. And Marin has the last shot, Mike.
And what was Donovan Smith thinking?
Shot clock.
I guess.
All right, here we go. And the clock is winding down here inside the Falcons' nest, and it is timeout called by Marin. He wanted
a little bit more time to put back on that clock. He wanted a timeout earlier.
Well, you guys are tuned, your viewers out there, you're tuned in to the Solano College Sports Network, and I am hoping you're enjoying this doozy of a game where Solano was once down 14 points early in the first half and went into halftime down 10, came back strong in this half. They have a 1-point lead with 14.6 seconds left on the clock, and Marin has the ball for the last shot. Solano won on a buzzer beater at Marin. Now Marin has an opportunity to do the same thing to Solano.
That's what I was going to say. And if you there's two ways of approaching this if you're Solano. One, you trust your defense and you hope that they can get a stop. Two, you don't trust your defense and you wait for the person with the lowest free throw percentage to get the ball. You foul them 1-and-1. You hope he misses the first or at least the second, and you make sure that you have the last shot.
Yes, I completely agree with you there. Now, if you're Coach Nagel, would you go big right now?
Yeah.
With the lineup?
Yeah.
Put in Toronto Morrison, Osterstock, Tim Moore.
But make sure you have some speed on the perimeter.
So it looks
if they get past you, they get past you, but don't give up any open threes.
It looks like Nagel's keeping the same five out on the court with Smith, Sandy, Badger, Morrison, and the Durantula, Corey Durant.
Jamari Moss not having the best game. Empty stat sheet, only 2 rebounds, no points, no assists. So,
all right, Mike, my heart is pounding right now in anticipation of what's going to happen here. 14 seconds left on the game clock in the hands of Carl Rhodes. Carl goes right, gets it to the hands of Alan Santos. Alan sweeping around, dishes it down low to Pierre, and he gets a foul. Oh!
And now that is the worst of all possible. I don't know what happened.
Somebody lost their assignment there.
I don't know who it was, but they slipped. And backdoor cut. That backdoor play has been killing them all game.
All game long. Timeout called by Coach Nagel, and that right there is a dagger, Mike.
But it's not the end of the world. You have 5 seconds. Even if he makes this, 2-pointer still ties it and you sends it into overtime. 3 wins it. You have 3-point shooters on this club. Tim Moore, Donovan Smith, Brandon Davis occasionally. Teron Morrison has been known to knock one down. So this game's not over.
It's not over. It's definitely not over. 65-66, Mike. Oh, my God. I don't think my heart can take this anymore.
You're getting old.
I am. If I have a heart attack, can you take me to the hospital?
No.
Good friend you are.
Yeah, well, I don't have gas.
With that play there, Teron Morrison fouled out. He got the foul call in there, but
he got the,
I'm pretty sure Teron got the foul call there because I saw Tim Moore checking in. Oh, no, Teron did not get called the foul.
I was going to say.
But, if you're going to foul there, yank him down and make sure he doesn't make that shot.
Well, the foul was actually a blocking foul. He was trying to take the charge. And that would have been a big play had it gone Solano's way.
Yes, it would have.
Now you need to make sure that you get the rebound.
Yes, and call timeout immediately.
Yeah, hopefully advance it into the front court if you can.
And Pierre Carter, like we said, he's a very good free throw shooter. Doesn't miss many. And he's going to make the shot here. And he makes. Dang it.
You were trying to do that.
I was trying for the broadcaster's curse there. Passes up court to Duran. To Sandy. Sandy driving the lane. Sandy goes up, and he can't get it to go. No foul called, and what a way to end this game. Heartbreaker for Solano.
I don't know about that one.
Not at all. The way the refs called the game, I am not too sure. That's a little bit of a controversial call there, but Solano falls by 2 to Marin, and Marin repaid the favor to Solano. What Solano did to them in their own gym. And, Mike, what a heartbreaker. What else can we say?
Yeah, I mean, really, this game shouldn't have come down to the last possession. It shouldn't have come down to the last 5 seconds. And Solano didn't play their best game.
No, they did not.
They only scored 65 points, had a better second half. Ryan Sandy took over. Tim Moore lit it up a little bit. Teron Morrison got involved, and you're glad that they showed signs of life in the second half.
Yeah.
They didn't just sit down and let them get beaten, let themselves get beaten. But you can't expect the refs to help you win the game.
Exactly. You cannot rely on the refs. You hit the nail right on the head. Sandy had a little bit of contact there. It could have been called a foul, but it wasn't. But like you said, Solano had a terrible first half. They were not knocking down shots when they needed to. But you know what? There's a lot of bright spots here for Solano's team. You know, you see a lot of freshmen. They only have 4 freshmen coming back, but freshmen really stepped up there. And still 2 games left in the season. This game knocked Solano out of playoff contention. And
one of the big things, one of the bright spots looking forward to the rest of the season and also next season, Donovan Smith.
Yes, Donovan
freshman.
Smith.
He is going to be the leader next season.
Yes, he will. You see him take advantage of his playing time here on the court. He hit that big 3 against Napa. He's a clutch player, and you know, it was just a heartbreaker here tonight. And I want to thank all the viewers for tuning in. I want to thank all the broadcast crew from
Greg
Professor
Toff,
Chelsea Williams,
Denzel Carter.
And we had Malcolm Gamble or Casper on the other camera over there. We have Alden on the center camera doing a great job. You know, a little short-staffed here tonight, but we did an excellent job. And thank you to viewers for tuning in. We really appreciate all your help. And go ahead and go on Facebook and like our Facebook page, the Solano College Sports Network. And if you want to see past or future games for the Solano, you can go to youtube.com/Solano College. And Mike, thanks for being up here. You did an excellent job.
Oh, it's always fun. Always a pleasure.
You know, great game, even though it didn't go in our favor. So until next time, folks. You stay soaring.